Okay, so this is my dad, and this is his 1984 Toyota Landcruiser BJ45 that he bought and decided it's gonna be a good idea for me to help him renovate it.
And this is my son, and he's a magician, and he can do magic, and he will fix it for me. It's basically almost...
With you.
Oh yeah, it's basically almost fixed, as you can see.
It's just running, just
minor,
a little rust.
Just a minor polish, that's all it needs. And yeah, he promised he will do it for me, and then in the last episode, I will come and show you the new car. So,
Right,
so that's
So you can see my dad again in maybe like 4 years, right? Yeah. Anyway, it's getting kind of dark, so let's get the car inside on some good lighting and we can talk about it more.
But before we get into all of that, let's rewind a bit back to where the story really began. Because in a way, it all started with a completely different car. And that car is my Miata. Or more specifically, my attempt at renovating it. Even though working on the car could be a pain in the ass sometimes.
I don't know, man. That's kind of fucked.
I fell in love with the process, taking something worn down and slowly bringing it back to life. I mean, giving it a second chance. I really enjoy that. And my dad noticed that as well. And one day, on his way home from lunch with my mom, he spotted something very interesting parked behind a fence at an old workshop. It was an FJ40. Now, maybe it was my constant nagging about getting a project car, or maybe my Miata had started to rub off on him. But later that day, he did call me. He asked me what I thought was a good idea to buy it and try to fix it up. And I didn't even hesitate. The idea of working on something with my dad, having a shared project like that was an instant yes. I managed to track down the owner's number through a friend of mine, but when we finally reached him, it was already gone. Sold. But my dad did ask him one more thing. If he ever came across a longer version of 45 Troopy, that we would be interested. Now, the guy wasn't too optimistic. He said that in 5 years of working on Landcruisers, he hadn't come across a single unrenovated 45 for sale. But if he somehow did, he would let us know. And less than a week later, my dad gets a call.
Mr. Tarshinsky, I honestly can't believe it, but I think I found one. It'll be here tomorrow. Do you wanna come take a look?
So we did. And one test drive was all it took. The idea he always had that cars are boring, yeah, well, that disappeared quick.
Brand spanking new.
Yeah, I like it's so shiny.
Yep. Very, very shiny. Polished, I think.
Yeah.
Ceramic coated, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it's very...
Weight reduction.
Yeah, it's a aerodynamic feature, as you can see.
So you'll probably be seeing my dad a lot more on the channel, at least whenever we start wrenching on this sucker. But my dad was never really a car guy, and all of a sudden he came up with the idea to get this thing. So, Dad, where did that idea come from, and how did you come to this? Because you were always a motorcycle guy. You always talked about motorcycles. You have a Triumph T1200 or T120, and you always like motorcycles more than cars. You always said cars are boring. So, why this?
Yeah, the cars are boring, unless it's something like this. This is a jewel. I think this is worth the work and effort. It won't be too difficult.
Are you sure about that?
Because I have an engineer with me, Oliver. He's my private...
I'm not an engineer. I'm a high school dropout, by the way.
He's an engineer, Yeah, no, it's a great car. Everything works on this car, apart
No.
from wipers, blinkers.
Wipers work. I mean, the blinkers don't work. The rear lights don't work. I don't even know if brake lights work, honestly.
I don't know.
It does the same thing, so it's probably not.
But you know, I like this feature. This is really cool because this works.
Right, and the windows are super fast. Like, I've never seen a manual window wind up this fast. Like,
This is great.
technology from 1967.
And yeah, the chair is very comfy, as you can see. It's perfect. And
No scratches. Very not neglected.
yeah,
Yeah. Just hide it a little, just so they believe us. You know.
basically, I think this doesn't need much work. And yes, what I really love is this feature here. Yeah, this is just it just blow my mind because it still works. Nobody touched it probably for 42 years or so, and it still just it still works.
What is that, Dad?
This is a galactic supersonic transition to fluid plasmatic excavator. Yeah, and we have this,
I think that just logs the differential, though. No?
and we have exactly the same thing on the other wheel.
Doesn't that just log the differential?
Yeah. If you say so. Yeah. So there's the same aerodynamic feature is on this side as well, as you can see. It's yeah, there's a hole in here, so it's actually perfect. And beautiful feature on this car, take it from the outside, because this is 1984 AC.
That is actually cool. When I saw that, the guy selling us this car was like, yeah, this car has AC. And when I saw this dashboard, right, I was like, how the hell does something like this have AC? Of course, it was a joke and he pulled out this. But for all the Toyota guys, you know that I think the AE86 Toyota Corolla and, for example, the MK4 Supra, I don't know what other cars have it, probably more, but these are the cars I know. They have AC or a vent that aims at your crotch. So this is, I think, the, what you call it, the
Successor?
Successor? I don't know. We're
Yeah.
Basically, English is rusty. Just this came before the crotch fan on the Toyota. So, and that is really cool, and it works. It works very well. I've tested it out when I was driving this car, of course, legally, with valid documents and MOT, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We don't do
I
it.
would never drive a car.
Never. I would never drive a car that is illegal. Never.
Yeah, so shall I open it?
Yeah, let's open the hood. Let's see the engine.
So the engine is beautiful.
Push the...
Okay, I got it.
Right. So this can be very easily mistaken with an FJ45. This is the longest version they ever made. This is the Troopy, by the way. And they also make it in a pickup, which I think looks also very good. But this Troopy is very good for like camping and all that stuff. And they're very, very rare. Like the 4D, which is the shortest one, it's very, very frequent, but these ones are quite rare, especially in Europe. And not to be mistaken by the FJ45, this does not have an inline 6-cylinder petrol engine. This has an inline 4 3.4 liter naturally aspirated diesel with around 90 horsepower, but around 300 newton-meters or 250 newton-meters of torque. The stats very, very differ.
Alright, so here I just started saying random dates and random numbers that I did not fact check whatsoever, so let's fix that for Oliver from the past. So the 40 series Toyota Landcruiser was made from 1960 to 1984. The diesel engines were introduced in 1974. And the 45 Troopy, not the pickup, the Troopy that we have right over here, said to be from 1980, some say 1979.
And this is the 1984 one, and I think it's been through a lot if we look at it, but yeah. This is the state of the engine. I know jack shit about diesel engines, so this is going to be very fun. Also, I've never had a car with a carburetor, so that's...
Don't worry. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I had many cars with the diesel engine. That's no problem. It's almost.
Did you have a
brand
car with a carburetor?
new. Yeah.
What car?
I had a Skoda 120 GLS carburetor. It was not a diesel though. It was just a regular gasoline, but it had a carburetor. And yeah, I also had an airplane with a carburetor.
An airplane with a carburetor?
Yeah, it was a historical plane.
But that was not yours though. You only flew
Well,
it.
yeah, it was also. Yeah, that airplane, that engine actually failed. So,
Were you piloting the plane when it failed?
yeah, but it was okay. Isaac Newton loves me, and the gravity was merciful. So I managed to manage.
Okay.
This is one very important feature. As you can see, this car is 1984 first electric
Right.
car. This is it's where you plug it, and
They had hybrids?
no, it's not hybrid. It's just you recharge it overnight, and then you go.
Right.
day.
And this is just a generator for the electricity.
Yeah, that's
Right,
it.
right, makes sense, yeah,
Generator
okay,
and,
okay. Can we actually like talk about the car, or are we
Yeah,
just gonna
go
throw
ahead.
jokes? Okay, so as you could probably already see or already come up with, it does not have power steering, which is very fun with wheels this massive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can talk about it right here. You were parking it around all the time now.
It's a lot of fun, and if it was not so cold, I would show you my biceps that doubled in size before.
I think our number one issue and the number one issue with I think any Toyota is going to be, or like Landcruiser, is going to be the rust. Most of the things here are so primitive and so easy to fix apart from the rust. So this is going to be one hell of a renovation. I think someone got sick of the rust over here on this panel and just
Yeah, this
screwed on an aluminum plate. So I'm not very excited what's going to be under there.
Yeah, but what apparently the guy that we bought the car from, he actually told us that it was brought from Netherlands, and this was used as like a work car in a forest somewhere. So the guys probably put it here as a protection, but who knows what's underneath? I don't know. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna see that probably when we're gonna start taking it apart. I don't want to do that just yet, because since the car is very, very rusty and very janky, a lot of stuff don't fit and are just like all over the place. Since it's already holding up right now the shape pretty well, whenever we're gonna start taking off the stuff like the roof, the panels, we're gonna drop down the window, whatever, that thing is going to go all over the place, get crooked, and we're never going to put it back together straight. So we have to do, I don't know what you call it right now.
What you mean, a cage, like a little.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do that exactly on a lot of places here. Mind you, we're going to weld up something that neither of us have ever held a welder in our hands. I held it like once at Jacob's garage when we did the Miata, and I gave it to him in like 3 minutes because I gave up. So that's going to be a lot of fun because welding is going to be needed here a lot. But I think this is the best car to learn on,
Yeah,
honestly. Sure. Like,
I will teach you.
I'll
I'll teach you, my son.
This guy, man, this guy.
We are very lucky that I am quite skillful, and I know what to do with all the electrics in the car, and
Sure.
the engines are not a problem. Welding, piece of cake.
Can you stop being sarcastic for once? He doesn't even know how to put together an IKEA closet, so... but that's a story for another time, though.
No, you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna say it? I'm not gonna say the story?
No,
No?
no. It's a
sure?
very traumatic experience. And, let's not talk about it right now. I'm not ready for that.
I have no idea how to tackle this project, honestly. It's going to be very difficult. Luckily, the platform is so big, like a lot of enthusiasts still love this car, so there's still a lot of not only OEM but also aftermarket parts, and the support for these cars and parts is insane. So that's very, very nice to have. So if you by chance have any time worked on a car like this, if you have any tips for pages where to get parts, where to get some clues on some stuff, or if you have some tips and tricks how to tackle this project, what's the best way to do so, what are some ways we can save money and all that stuff, very, very much appreciated. My idea, or something we discussed with Dad here, is figuring out all the stuff that does not work, trying to somehow fix it, make it work. I like the blinkers. I think that's just going to be like either rusted out cable, or all of the light bulbs are going to be cracked, which I don't know, that seems very...
Very easy, as I said.
Very odd. All these stuff, I want to see if the tow hook, or the tow wench?
Yeah,
The wench?
Yeah.
We have to talk about that as well, because that's very cool.
Yeah.
If that works, we have to check if these suckers work, which they clean the lights, which is very cool. This light's cracked, and that one's completely different from this one, just so weird. And this guy completely ruined the car. He like I know they were farm cars and nobody cared. They were just completely work horses. But this guy really, really liked his rivets. Like, this is riveted in, the holder for the license plate, into this nice panel. He just riveted it in. Here, no rust fixing, just rivets. Here, just screw on a panel. I don't care what's under there, right? Just screw on an aluminum panel, because that is not gonna rust. It's just, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to be quite hell.
I'm happy that the winch is there, because it could work. It still could work. We haven't tried it yet. We haven't tested it. And honestly, I don't even know. I haven't read any manuals how to work with it. I just know it's driven by its engine.
Yeah. There are 3 levers in the car. One, well, there we go. One is for the gears, of course. This is for the 4-wheel drive system. And this is for controlling
The winch.
the winch, which is so cool, but so confusing when I sat in the car for the first time.
Yeah, it's apparently quite valuable.
And very rare, very rare.
Yeah.
I think one guy that I was talking about the car here, he stopped by the shop completely random. I never knew him, but he saw the car parked outside, and he talked to me about it, and he said like, oh, you have the winch, that's so cool. Don't ever get rid of that, because he said, I was looking for it for my FJ, and I found one on the internet for $3,000. I wanted to buy it, but that night it was gone. So I would suppose these are at least $3,000. And he said in this kind of state, not a fixed up state, which is really, really cool. So that is very rare as well, and very cool to have.
Yeah, so my vision with this car is repair it, fix it, make it nice and beautiful. And well, there is an idea behind it, even though we are not very clear on how the process is going to work, how long it's going to take, but we know and we agreed on that it's going to be like a road trip car. I would love to take my wife on the road trip in this car. She's a very adventurous person, and she loves the car. I already drove her in this car.
Like
in a
3 meters?
Yeah, like 5 meters maybe, and she loved it. She completely fall in love with it. Hopefully, it will not be a year project. It will be. I believe we're gonna make it within a year, or maximum 2 years time.
Very optimistic, but okay.
But yeah, as good as I can see it, we're gonna change everything that needs to be changed, but we would love to keep it as original as possible. Just don't change, don't swap the parts for brand new parts if it's not necessary, and yeah, keep it original and keep it like a time machine. So when we drive it, we just want to be driving something that's been here since 1984.
We don't want to repeat ourselves too much, but yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. We first have to think of the battle plan, as I said, how to tackle this. So if you have any tips, if you've done a Landcruiser, if you've worked on old Toyotas, anything that will save us time, money, make it more efficient, I'll be very, very happy to see what you guys come up with in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.